Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're showing you how to check all the fluids on a Mercedes Sprinter. Now for those of you who don't know, this is our Sprinter build that we're doing, and I use this, I do a big journey in this probably once a week at least, travelling up and down the UK. So what I like to do is do a full check before each journey of all the fluids, etc., just so you can keep an eye on how the van is doing. It's a high mileage van at 160,000 miles, so we need to keep an eye, make sure it's not losing any fluids or anything like that. So to start off with, what I do is actually go into the cab and check the oil level, because you can check the oil level on the dash here. Now this isn't the only check I do of the oil level, but what I do is check it to make sure the sensor is still working, because the last thing you want is when you're driving along on a motorway is for the sensor to not work and not tell you that you're low on oil. So we use the buttons here on the steering wheel just to go through till you get to the mileage. You can see 164,000 miles there, and then measure the engine oil. Like I said, this is really to check that the sensor is working so that you don't get any sort of engine failure from starvation of oil, and there you go. We can go. So what I'm going to do now is go and cross-reference that with the dipstick in the front and check it properly. And to do that, all we need to do is pop the bonnet. That's how we're going to get to the rest of the fluids as well, obviously. Pull the bonnet release. Come around to the front here. Okay, so let's start with the brake fluid. Now this brake fluid stays to the top. Actually had all new discs and pads all the way around, and you can see the brake fluid is perfect, which is nice. Also, we've got our coolant level here. Those of you who know Volkswagens will know that this is clearly a Volkswagen expansion tank. And I like to also just check the colour of the fluids as well. You can see that's a nice blue colour. It's not contaminated with oil or anything. Hasn't got any black tinge to it. I do the same with your brake fluid as well. Just have a good check. Make sure it's a nice sort of clear goldy colour like that is. Really important. Really important. Next we'll check our washer fluid, and as you can see there's plenty, and the actual reservoir on this is huge. We're talking sort of over 5 litres, which is really nice and handy. And then finally, of course, we need to check the oil. Now the dipstick is located down here just next to the opening for the washer fluid, and I'm going to try and set you guys down and check the oil. Let's see if that works. Fall over now. It's always worth having a cloth with you. I've got my nice red microfiber there. So what you do, pull the dipstick out. Gonna give it a wipe first, so it's nice and clean like so. I'm gonna dip it back in. Till it clicks, and then pull it out again. And you can see there the level is absolutely fine. We are parked slightly on a hill, which is why it shows it's slightly over the max. On a flat ground it's absolutely fine. So yeah, there we go. So that is how to check all of the fluids in your Sprinter van. Now the power steering fluid isn't as easy to get to. It's down in there, and it's not really a fluid level that you can check on these, which is a little strange. The first sort of vehicle I've had where that is the case, but you can really just test that by turning the wheel and see if you hear any funny noises or anything like that. But I just love this simplicity of these vans. You really can get to everything. You've got all the exhaust and turbo etc in here, really easy and accessible to get to. You've got just a plug for the sort of jump start off of, so you can push that in and that gives you a live there that you can run off of, which is handy. Saves you pulling up the floor in the passenger compartment to get to the battery. And then yeah, everything you can just see. I've just got a cable tie down here. There's a bit of trim that's come loose, which is why it's so good to check these things out. And obviously we've got our cabin air filter there, which is probably due for a change soon actually. I'll do all the air filter as well. I'll probably give the van a service. It's served me well so far. The service is fairly easy. You've just got to remove this air box because the oil filter is down in here, which isn't too bad. But overall, it's just a really easy van to service and maintain, as you want something like this to be. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll let you know. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.